Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Math 8 learning on two-way tables. We're going to be discussing how to interpret and read two-way tables. Okay. So just some vocabulary words. A two-way table is a table that compares data from one sample group as it relates to a different category. So, relative frequency, a ratio of of the value of subtotal category to the compared and total category. Okay. So constructing two-way tables. Analyze the data given by placing information in a 4x4 table. Label one category on top and one category on the left. Label the top right and bottom left. So the important thing here is to label. Okay, so the question we'll be looking at here, students were surveyed on the color they prefer. The results were collected by gender in the chart. So if you look at the chart, you can say that what are two categories being compared? We know that gender and color. So we know that this is the color and this is the gender. How many students are boys? 50 of them are boys. You can see 1535, and the total boys is 50 and the total girls is 50. So of those boys, how many prefer pink? So how many of the boys like pink, which is 15, and of the in the same, and blue 35. And the girls, there's 50 girls. How many of them like pink? 45. How many of like the blue? 5. So in total, they have 60 people that like pink, and then they have 40 people that like blue. And so they have a total of 100 surveys that were taken. Not 100, and that means, yes, 50 boys, 50 girls make 100 people. Okay? So let's look at this one. What are the two categories being compared? You have the ice cream flavor, and you have the two grade levels. You have sixth grade and eighth grade. So if you look at the first ice cream flavor, how many students? Well, what I like to do with two-way categories, two-way tables, is if there's missing information, I like to fill it in. So I know altogether there's 45 sixth graders. So if 30 of them, the 45 like chocolate, then I know by doing just simple math, 45 minus 30 gives me 15. There's at least 15 of them that like vanilla. Okay. Now, they don't have anything filled in for eighth grade. However, we can get the eighth grade information because we know, and we're going to start with the totals, because we know it's an 85 people count. 48 of them like chocolate. So how much is left that should like vanilla? So here we would do 85 minus 48. Ladies and gentlemen, please use your calculator. Let's not make this hard. So you have 85 minus 48. And you have a total of 37 people here that like vanilla. And here you have 48 people that like chocolate. So if there's 30 of them that are sixth graders, then we know that 18 of them, 18 eighth graders like chocolate. And then you have 37 people that like vanilla. So how many of those 37 are eighth graders? And you would take 37 and subtract from 15, and you would have 22 that like vanilla. So how many eighth graders did they survey at least? And you have 40. So 40 and 45 make 85. So we know our math is correct. 48 and 37, 85. So we did pretty good. So if you fill it in, answering questions would not be so hard. How many students are sixth graders? 45. Of those sixth graders, how many prefer chocolate? 30. How many prefer vanilla? 15. Okay. How many of those eighth graders like, how many eighth graders are there? There's 40 eighth graders. 18 like chocolate and 22 like vanilla. Okay. So, we're not going to jump into relative frequency. It's just being able to read the table that's important, being able to interpret what they're asking. When you go into the lesson, that's what you're really going to be focusing on, and everything. So please, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to come back and see me on my Zooms. Let's take this here. A group of people, adults 21 to 21 and teenagers 13 to 18 were surveyed on whether they prefer gum or lollipops. The following data was found. 16 of the 30 adults prefer gum. So if you take the first amount of information, you know that they surveyed 30 adults total, and 16 of them like gum. So if they interview 30 and 16 like gum, then that means at least 14 of them like lollipop, because we know that 16 plus 14 gives us 30. Okay? And then there were a total of 28 adults and teens who prefer gum. So 28 adults and teens that prefer gum. So we know the total gum lovers are 28. And we already know there's 16 of the adults that like gum. So we know that the whatever 28 subtract 16, we know that here 12 teens have to like gum, because there's a total of 28. And we know 16 and 12 give you 28. Okay. Now we know the 25 teens prefer lollipops. So we're going to say 25 here. So how many lollipop lovers we have? You add up. We have 39 lollipop lovers. So how many teens were surveyed here? 12 and 25 gives me 37. And how many in total? How many surveys they have in total? You should have 67, if I'm not mistaken. And we can do the math and check our work. So 28 plus 39 is 67. 30 and 37 is 67. So that is correct. So we completed a two-way table with just information that they gave us. We filled in a two-way table with information that was pre-filled in. We completed it and answer questions. So when you go do your practices and your closure assignment, please refer back to this PowerPoint. And I look forward to seeing your progress. And I am so happy that you guys are doing well. And I can't wait to see some of you guys over the summer and next year. Okay? Have a good one and be safe.